up, everybody? I don't know. Some police activity over here. Helicopter was over here for a long time. I don't know what the fuck happened. You know? Might be inside those apartments there. I don't know. We're just cruising the neighborhood over here. I don't know where the fucking standoff was. Had to be inside here. And the police helicopter was here for a while, you know. Go find it. I saw SWAT on its way. We got some sirens over here. I don't know what's going on over here. Something's going on. We'll search the area. Gotta find it. Guess we can go over there where the fire department's at. I know there's a canine unit right here. Yeah. Yeah. Oops, sorry guys. I don't know. Yeah. See the fire department and everything across the street. Yeah. Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah. I need a pickle here. Yep. Turn back around on him. Yeah, in Vegas, man. Big old fire truck. See a lot of people up here. Can't get my lights. Got a lot lizard right here. Yeah, baby. Cruise down here a little bit. Find out where that. This way. Been inside there. I don't know where they went. It's somewhere over here. Wait. Wait. Oh man, running over glass, guys. Man. Anything. Yeah. That was a dud, guys. Funny how that canine unit moved from that gas station to another gas station. You know? That's awful funny there, boy. I tell you what. I don't know. don't see anything, so. All right, guys. All right. I'm out of here, guys. What's going on? Let me see. Hey, what's up, Tyler? Don't tell people where I'm at, Tyler. Jesus Christ. I always go over there to Decatur and Trop. I always go over there to film, you know? I'm always filming the streetwalkers over there, or the street therapists is what I call them, because guys turn to them to solve their frustrations and their problems, so I call them street therapists. Yeah, you can bring your pit. Why not? Yeah, a lot of lot lizards over there. Right, Tyler? I know, I'm being trolled. You know, we welcome the trolls. Trolls help with the algorithm. I don't have problems with trolls. Thanks, David. There was 2 police involved shootings today. Then there was a standoff on Boulder Highway. I was at work, so I missed it all. It was this morning. I was at work at 7 o'clock, so. Yep. So I unfortunately couldn't film those events. I was like, man, you know. No, David Ramirez, I wasn't talking about you. Yes, I'm on an e-bike. Yes, I am. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I get you, Chevy GM. I got 2 autistic kids at home myself, so I clearly understand autism. Yeah, you gotta go there right before. Uh, if I'm not working tomorrow, then maybe I'll go over there tomorrow. But you gotta go there before daylight. You know. The last time I was down there, I got attacked by a lot lizard. You know. Stop filming me. Why are you filming me? You know. No pew pew. You know. My 21-year-old son that live streams with me. Usually he's with me, but he's at work right now. He don't get off till 10. He open carries the firearm when we're live streaming. Do you have a dog? Yeah, I got a little I got a pug. Beef and cheddar type guy. I used to love beef and cheddars, you know, but they just got too expensive for my, you know. Anytime you eat out anymore, it's a $20 bill. I'd rather eat Arby's. I like their chicken sandwich there, the chicken breast sandwich. I like that sauce they put on it. With that peppered bacon, yeah. I'd rather eat In-N-Out Burger than McDonald's. Nah, I'm not too big on the French dip. The reason I'm not big on a French dip is because, you know, when you get a French dip, it's either it's on a French roll. You know, it's basically roast beef. It's supposed to be prime rib, right? Type meat, but you know, it's the au jus that you dip. You know, I don't know how long it's been out, so I don't. I got a French dip one time, and I had some sour au jus. So it just, you know, after you get a mouthful of sour au jus, you don't ever want to, you know, eat another French dip ever again. So, you know, bad experience with a French dip. Yeah, Tyler, yeah. Animal style lot lizards? Yeah. I know. David Ramirez, if you go into my last lives, if you look at my lives, you'll see I'm always down there filming the 304s, the lot lizards. We call them 304s. Stands for whores. So you ever see a title with 304s in it, you know, that means, you know, streetwalkers, whores. Okay, Tyler, we don't talk about other live streamers in my chat. You know, we don't do that because they could be screenshotting it saying, "Look at this mod talking about that guy in my chat." We don't talk about that, dude. Yes, Tyler, not even him. They do their own thing, I do my own thing. I don't compete with people, you know? They got their ways of getting clicks and views, and I do my thing to get my clicks and views, you know? There's room for everybody. I don't talk, you know, shit about other live streamers that live here, around here, you know? Just, you know, I got better things to do, you know? They live their lives, I live my life. I stream different content than they do. Thank you, GM, Chevy GM, thank you. Tyler. No, I just document. I document what goes on inside my community. I was born and raised here in Las Vegas, so I document what goes on inside my community. We attend community events. I do outreach. My LLC does outreach. We're applying for a nonprofit license right now, but we do outreach here in Las Vegas. We give out tents, we give out food, we give out water, we give out sleeping bags, cots. We spend our own time and our own dime doing that. We don't ask for help from nobody, but we're out here. I give out about 3 cases to 4 cases a week of Narcan to these people out here. I don't judge what these people do, why they're homeless or unhoused. I don't like to use the word homeless, you know, why they're unhoused. But, you know, I just care, I guess, too much. But there's a lot of other people that live stream in our community that don't give back to our community, that, you know, sit there and milk their viewers, you know, for their habits. you know, regardless if that's sitting behind a bar drinking or whatever it is. But you know, I fund my stuff on my own dime. I don't ask people for anything or nothing. That's the way we roll. We go to standoffs if we can get there and find out about them. We go to protest. We cover protest, but we keep it neutral. We don't pick sides. We just document, and that's what we do. You know, we go to community events like, you know, street events and stuff like that. We go to a lot of things. This coming up summer, we're going to be on our houseboat on Lake Mojave and on the Laughlin River, and we're going to be out in the desert in our side-by-sides. We have side-by-sides and motorcycles, dirt bikes, so we're going to be live streaming on dirt bikes and side-by-sides, you know, and we look for missing people every day when we're out on Fremont and on the Strip. There's 4 of us that when we're live streaming, there's 4 of us in a group, and we got 4 different pictures of people that are possibly human trafficked victims or runaways or just plain missing. So we're out looking for them, you know, as we're canvassing and walking around. I filmed Decatur and Tropicana area looking for human trafficking victims. You know, I do, you know, let's see. I am sponsored by a couple outreaches, and I am sponsored by Missing in America. Missing in America is a big channel. They reach out to me all the time. We just recovered a girl that was a mother that was missing, and their daughters lived up in Utah and wanted her to come home. They saw her on my live stream, and then they contacted me, and then we went and got her to go home. I don't film that kind of stuff. I don't film the homeless. I don't do homeless interviews, you know, because they're in a bad situation anyways. I don't exploit homeless or, you know, addicts of any, you know, or lot lizards. I don't do those type of interviews because, you know, I feel like it compromises them and puts them in a bad situation. So, you know, they're already in a bad situation, and, you know, I don't need to make it public of their situation, so I don't film them for clicks and views like most people do. So that's what we do. And we're totally self-funded. You know, we ask for nothing for people. People want to tip, be generous, they go to my Cash App or, you know, Super Chat, whatever, you know. But all money that I get from my live streams goes into the outreach part of everything. So, but that's what we do, you know. Thank you, David Ramirez, you know. Thank you, Chevy GM. Thank you for the gifted gifts. But there's 14 of us. We're all family members, cousins, and direct family members that work for this channel. So there's 14 of us. If I go away, somebody else will be live streaming my channel. So, you know, we roll, usually there's 4 or 5 of us in a group every time we live stream, except for incidents like this. But otherwise, there's 14 of us. So, yeah, we just don't gossip and chat and spill the tea and you know, docs or anything like that. Other live streamers in Las Vegas, you know, what they do on their channels and stuff like that, that's their business. I do what I do, you know, and I got to be careful what I do because we're a licensed LLC. So, you know, I could be sued, you know. Yes, we have business licenses, you know, for what we do. I own a food truck, which I lease out to my wife's cousin. I do have a food business license. I sell hamburgers, half-pound burgers for $6. I sell full-size 14-inch pizzas for $6. I sell teriyaki bowls for $6 with the egg roll, just like Jack in the Box sells, the exact same stuff. We use Panda Express sauces in our stuff. We keep it simple. We sell 10-inch sub sandwiches for $5. Yeah. If it's news, yeah, Tyler, you know, but I really don't want to cross that bridge because I live in the same neighborhood as they do. So, you know, I went and covered it. The coverage is on my lives. You know, I was friends with both parties, you know, and it was tragic, you know, that's why I covered it. The local media covered it, and I'm media, so I covered it. So, you know, it is what it is. It shouldn't have never happened. Matter of fact, I was going to go down there and give Finny and Bubbly my gimbal, because their gimbal was kind of wreaking havoc on them. But my wife's like, no, don't go down there. So we didn't go down there, thank God. You know, so. You know, we were just down there in LA. We were down there in San Diego. But I try to cover news events and media events and stuff like that. I can't tell you what my food truck name is and my business, because then you can look it up and dox me, you know? Yeah, why would I do that? Yeah, something like that. Ooh. Are you Sal? Are you Roberto's? No, but I do eat Roberto's, you know. I did have carne asada fries yesterday, you know. No, I don't go to Pops. I used to go to Pops over there up at Decatur back in the day, you know, when the Metals Mall was active, when we were young, you know, in our 20s. I used to go to Pops. Am I well known? Are you well known? Yeah, I'm well fucking known. You know, news did stories on us. You know, my autistic daughter was abused by the school teacher her first 2 years of school, and we sued the fuck out of Clark County School District, forcing the DA to resign because he didn't want to prosecute the teachers when all the detectives and cops wanted that teacher arrested. And my daughter was probably the first established news story of autistic kids getting assaulted in school by teachers. And we sued the fuck out of the school district, and we won. Jack Bernstein was our lawyer. And the news covered it. So we've been working. We do cold case missing cases with foul play. And my nephew, my 21-year-old nephew, was killed by human traffickers down in Searchlight, Nevada, 4 years ago. And you might have seen the story on the news. If you go to my shorts and stuff like that, you'll see the story that the news covered on my nephew last week, right? But you know, he didn't deserve to die the way he, you know, and we still haven't, nobody's found his body yet. You know, they said they put him in a mine shaft. They said they buried him in the backyard. Cops were out there last week. They did surveillance on Searchlight for a week. So they were watching and doing whatever they do out there for a whole week out there. They went to the property where supposedly my nephew's body was buried. They used Labrador dogs, search dogs and everything like that to sniff the property to see if there was a human body buried there. The dog didn't get no hits. Man, when a battalion chief's responding somewhere, there must be a fire somewhere. Man, I should go to I wish I had my other phone with me. I'd go to the Pulse app, find out where it's at. Yeah, my daughter's okay. She just turned 21. That video's on my channel too. You know, but she was nonverbal back then when she was assaulted, so she couldn't tell us. But, you know, when your daughter goes to school and she pees her pants 3 times a day and you have to bring a change of clothes for her, we know something's going on. You know, because we don't abuse our kids. We don't touch our kids like our parents used to touch us, you know, and whoop us and with a belt and all that stuff. And we don't do that with our kids. She's single. Look, Chevy GM, she's 21 with the brain of an 18, with the brain of an 8-year-old. You know, come on. Settle down, GM. You know. Well, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. It's been real. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for the gifts. Tyler, thanks for being here. See you guys on the next live. But I'm gonna go. So I appreciate all you guys being here. Thank you.